All right, today let's talk about the new Rode Wireless ME system. All right, we're starting off the day in the southernmost tip of Rhode Island, almost on the Connecticut border. One of my favorite places. We're in Weekapaug. I started actually off at Watch Hill. It's that time of the year. It's springtime. It's beautiful out. The weather's just really starting to get nice. It's really bumpy here. And we're trying out the new Rode Wireless ME. Now, I am coming off of the original Rode Wireless Go system, not the second. I also have the DJI Wireless system, but I wanted this particular system for these scenarios, these vlogging scenarios, for a variety of reasons. So let's get out of this and get into a little bit more specifics as to why this Wireless ME is so appealing and why it might be to you as well. All right, we're back onto a normal road, no more bumping around. The Rode Wireless ME, it's the newest wireless system from Rode that honestly, in my opinion, pro-grade quality audio with a compact size and an affordable price. I really feel it fits the bill in a lot of situations. Now, small YouTuber, making my own videos, it definitely fits my needs. Now, that all being said, I love this system. I really do. I'm a big fan of Rode. I had the initial Rode Wireless Go system, and it had some flaws to it, but this one also has upgrades that the initial one did not have. Now, as far as stats goes, it does last, the battery power lasts up to about 7 hours. It's got 128-bit encryption. It has a transmission rate of up to 100 meters or 328 feet. Not that I'm usually or ever that far away from the camera, but it has all that technology built into it. Has updated microphones into it, and so on. Now, the features that I really were intrigued with and wanted to get, the Rode Wireless Go one does not have. Now, the one that's most basic is the wind muff, the wind guard. The initial one I had the problem with, it didn't stay on. Rode recognized that, and they came out with a secondary wind muff that honestly, it didn't hold on very well either. I ended up using double-sided tape to get that thing to stay on permanently. So that was one upgrade that I was really interested in. Now, the next two are the two upgrades that neither the one or the two have that I was definitely on board with. Number one, auto adjustable gain. So no matter what, you get that smooth, leveled audio. The second is the ability to not have to wear a mic. Now, I had a mic on earlier, and it does come with that external mic, but it has an internal mic built into the receiver itself. So in my very compact vlogging scenario with my GoPro Volta, the GoPro 11 Pro, and also now the Rode Wireless ME transmitter on it, it's a very small, compact, easy to use, very convenient. Throw it in my bag when I'm not using it, and then take it out and fire it up really quick and go on. That's what I love about it. It's durable. So where this Rode Wireless ME comes in at a whopping $149.99. I mean, a fantastic price for it. So between the price range, the built-in mic to the transmitter, to the receiver, which you do get a transmitter with it, and if you wanted a second transmitter, you can have up to 3 mics on this system. But that being said, that mic built into the receiver, fantastic idea. The auto-adjustable gain, don't have to worry about it. I'm a one-man band here when it comes out to making these videos. One less headache I need to be concerned with. And also that lockdown, twist-on wind muff that they did put on the Rode Wireless Go 2 system that I did not have. So with those upgrades at that price point, yeah, it was a no-brainer for me, again, with the type of videos that I am making. Now, that all being said, I've had it for a couple of weeks. Had to put it through the trenches, had to put it through the trying out to see in the scenarios that I am mostly going to be using it in. And I got to tell you, it definitely fit the bill. Whether I was out vlogging in a overcast, light, rainy day throughout Lincoln Woods. Okay, so here we are with the Wireless Go Me system, and I'm using the one that I really want to see how it works out, and that is with the receiver and the microphone built in, along with the boosted board. Now, the boosted board, I was very curious because that has a lot of external noise with it. Okay, so this right here is one of my highly technical audio tests, trying it out on the boosted board. This is the one where with the Wireless Go 1, I always use the transmitter. I don't want the boosted board motor noise washing away the audible. So I'm testing out with the ME with the transmitter, which I'll probably most likely end up using in a lot of my shooting. But that being said, I am wanting to see how it is with the mic on the receiver only. Do the boosted motors wash away the audible? Is it still clean? We're gonna find that out. Not to mention, it's also a bit windy today, so I can hear that in my ears quite a bit. Kind of curious as to how that picks up on this as well. I mean, the wind muffs lock on extremely tight. That nice twist lock system, not worried about them falling off. It's how well is it working. Now, with the transmitter aimed up towards me, even though it's omnidirectional, it keeps away a lot of that boosted board motor noise, even though you can still hear it. But does it on the receiver? Let's see. All right, this is it. This is the ME shot I was curious on. This is with the microphone in the receiver, on the boost board, a little bit of wind. How is this audio? Is it something I can use, or do I still continue to need the transmitter? Curiosity. Once I get this card plugged back in at the home, I can't wait to see how it sounds. Tried it in studio at my house, where it's a situation I don't usually use it, and that's why I usually use the DJI wireless. Okay, so here we are using it in the studio or indoors. Now, this is a situation I don't usually use it in. I have the DJI wireless, and that's a whole nother reason we get into another video. But anyway, it does work well in it. Indoors, in a vlogging scenario, in a pro setting, you can use it. It's a top high quality item. Now, this is with the transmitter, and I'm going to go over to just the receiver with the built-in mic and see how that sounds versus this. Also, there is an accessory that you can use, a magnet, to attach it to your clothing so you're not up on the neckline. For $19.99, it has the magnetized setting just like the DJI wireless. It doesn't come with the system, it's separately, but there is an option. All right, now let's switch over to the mic in the receiver so we can compare that audio, and then we'll go back to the initial. Okay, so now we're recording on the mic. All right, had to abort that test. This is Bob from the future. Now, had to stop that one because with the wireless ME, mic built into the receiver, not gonna work in my studio. My studio is not soundproof, so any shotgun style mic, that's why I use with the transmitter, regardless of whatever system I'm using, it works really well. Okay, so I went over all the pros and the specs on this system, but there are a couple of cons that I want to make sure I touch base on. Con number one, if you're coming from the Rode Wireless Go 2 system, you will lose the ability to record internally. Now, I know a lot of people use that function. It's something they depend on. I don't use it quite that often, so it's not a big bummer to me, but I can see why it will be to a bunch of people. Now, con number two, and this one does, I do have an impact with this one. Anytime I have to download an app in order to work with any kind of my gear, I consider it to be, you know, a bummer. I consider it to be something that I'm not looking forward to. And this is no different. In order to change any of the settings in the receiver, you know, dB level, which mic, merge, and the whole 9 yards, you have to connect to the app via cable. It's not even Bluetooth or wireless. So download the app onto my phone or on the computer, connect it. Now, they do supply the OTG cables, USB-C to USB-C if you're Android, or USB-C Lightning if you're Apple, and you have to connect with a wire to them in order to change the settings. Now, that being said, I am going to say this. Changing the settings and the interface is extremely user-friendly, very easy to guide through. Changing any settings, I need to do it in a matter of seconds, and then I'm back up and going into my recording scheme. But you do have to connect to an app, and you do have to be wired in, so it's a bit of a bummer. But pros far outweigh the cons in my mind. All right, anyway, back to the original portion of the review. With all that, in those scenarios, the way it performed, I'm very happy with this purchase. No buyer's remorse with it at all. And if you are on the fence with changing over to this system, depending on which one you have already, or if maybe you don't have any, I gotta tell you, it's a great one. This one works very well, and I would consider buying it. All right, so that's it. That's all I have for this video. Had a lot of fun using this product, had a lot of fun making this video. But if you do have any questions on the Rode Wireless ME system that I did not answer or did not talk about, hit me up below. Let's have a great conversation in the comment section. If you did enjoy the video, give me the old thumbs up. And if you want to see more, subscribe. I'm going to continue on this trek all up and down Rhode Island.